Hello everyone, welcome to my brand new Let's Play series of Expeditions Viking. This is Cunning RPG, and I'm very happy to have you here hanging out with me as I start this game for the first time, even though I've had access for it for a while now. It's been in closed beta for a few months, and the fine folk at Logic Artists have been kind enough to send the game my way. And yes, this is the golden version. It's still pre-release, it's still media access, and it releases on the 27th of this month, April 2017, and I have absolutely no idea what the game is going to be like. Now, I did play the first one, and I did enjoy it very, very much, but I did end up dying a bunch of times out of starvation and all sorts of stuff. The previous game was, of course, Expeditions Conquistador. It was in South America during the, the conquering of South America by the Spanish, and this time around we're playing as a Viking person, and well, let's find out how it goes, shall we? So, character creation. Let's get through the. Let's choose a nice name for us. That Gotter is pretty cool. I like that. Gormer. Sigthorn. Oh, Sigthorn. I like that name. I'm gonna go with that. And Falgir. Sigthor Falgir. Hopefully I'm not gonna need to remember these names because I'm gonna butcher all the names, I'm sorry. Also, by the way, this game features a lot of dialogue. It's the sort of game that, yes, it's a turn-based strategy where you go with your party from place to place, and I think you're now gonna need to manage a village and all this sort of stuff. Not really sure how, or not really sure in which circumstances, but well, I guess we'll find out. But it is the sort of game where you talk a lot, and where you're given a lot of dialogue to read and a lot of descriptions of what's going on. So in that regard, I'm really looking forward to that as well. So we're gonna need to Sigthorn Jokel, Alfric. Oh, yeah, no, Eskil. Oh, Eskil is good. Oh man, this guy loves heavy metal. This one does as well. Oh, this one does as well, but it's more in the power metal scene. Okay. Oh, I like this face. I like this face better. I'm gonna be this guy. No, I want to be a diplomat. This guy looks a little bit more like the sort of man who would rather deal with his enemies in a friendly way, but always, you know, trying to kill them, because he does have enemies, and this is with this medieval ages. No, actually, it's not medieval. Well, it is. It's medieval ages. It's just, you know, low medieval age. No, actually, high. Does it start with a high or does it start with a low? I don't know. Oh, we're not gonna be thin. We're gonna be large. That's right. That's proper men boobs right there. Okay, so we are not gonna be. Are we gonna be shaven? No, we're not shaven. What kind of? Oh, scarred stubbles. Oh, the upper. No, Stubbles. Stubbles is the one. That's gonna be the name. Ooh, look at that bushy beard right there. I like that. I'm gonna go with that. That seems a little bit appropriate, a little bit close to what that is. Let's also choose our colors. I'm gonna go with the red and blue because I love that combination. And my pants are gonna be black or whatever that color is, gray. Sure. Over here, let's go with what is this? Ponytail. Oh, that's our hairstyle. Undercut. Ponytail. Ah, this one is good. There we go, proper. How about our... that's the one. I want something fancy. And for our shoulders, bare shoulders. It looks scholarly over there. What's that for? Heavy sleeves. So we got bracers. We have light sleeves. What kind of character am I gonna be, apart from just being a diplomat? I think... I don't know. This probably... I'm gonna go with bracers. You know, keep things... That looks nice, and at the same time, it allows us to just at least be a little bit ready for battle. Not that it matters, really. Sandals are... I think I'm probably gonna go with that. Do we have anything else? We have boots. Boots are nice. Okay, let's go with that. So I think everything is good to go. Let's go. Primary stats. So we have... How many can we go up to? We have not a whole lot of points. That is a good thing. That is a really good thing, because that means we need to choose, and that means that's replayability, and because, you know, different characters will be able to do different things. So I'm gonna start with, let's see, perception is for accuracy, archers and stuff. I'm probably gonna be like an archer. Let's see. Does archery require strength? We'll be occasionally being able to knock out and other physical feats, base damage, axes and swords. Okay, so it doesn't actually. It's a fairly common misconception that bows don't require strength. They do much more than swords, to be honest, because they basically you need to pull back the whole thing, and just you need to be really strong to operate a bow. The bigger the bow, the worse, and the more powerful, the worse. But yeah, we're still gonna go probably with bows. Let's go with bows, and because I like that better. I think there's slings as well. Let's see. So we have right now we have bows and we have slings. Oh, you have minimum. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. So let's see. If I no, not that one. Not that way. This way. So if I reduce that, that is for perception. Okay. That's really cool. So you can't get the skills unless you get the things. Okay. So it's very much like these ones. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. This skill requires another nationality? What nationality? I didn't choose a nationality. What nationality am I? I don't know this. What? Anyway, sense, that's gonna be intelligence. Basically, it's gonna be very important for persuasion and dialogue, and that's how I'm gonna try to deal with all the situations, is trying to basically murder my opponents. Let's reduce our strength, as we're not gonna be in fighting. Bring up our endurance a little bit so we don't die out of whatever. Base damage with knives and spears and critical hit chance with all the weapons. So that is pretty good. Let's go with 6, and that's our build. I think that's fairly balanced towards one side. I do wish you had another point so you could be 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. But there we go. Pretty decent, 90% accuracy, hit points, 96. That's so many. I have no idea if that probably is terrible. Actually, oh, it doesn't affect that much. Oh, it's only 4 per thing. Yeah, it's not too bad. Although the most important thing, I assume, of endurance is gonna be probably like disease resistance and all that sort of stuff. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Let's look at our weapon skills. So we're gonna go, I'm gonna put 2 points in bow, and that's gonna give us, what does it give us? Bow accuracy and base damage is increased by 8. That's good. And free action ranging shot. Over here we have quick shot, full action, takes or make 2 ranged attacks at -30 accuracy each. And I got hiccups that are trying to murder my let's play. Okay, so offensive skills. I'm not gonna go with those for right now. Let's go with the utility skills, because these are very important. Constitution makes the deterioration risk for infections, or halves the deterioration risk for infections. Cooking, shall I be a cooker? I think I am gonna be 1 point in cooking right there. Diplomacy, I'm gonna be 3 points. Let's try and specialize a little bit. That's all my points gone already. That's fine. Guarding over there, heavy sleeper. Hunting, I'm gonna be 1 point over there. Preserving, actually I'm gonna go with 2 points in hunting, because that's a very important survival thing. Scouting, I could go with 1 point here. No, I can't, because I don't have the skill points. Okay, that's fine by me. I could reduce the cooking. It's just for party bonuses, so... Oh, it still doesn't give me. Okay, what do we have over here? We have Adrenaline Junkie, a bunch of passive skills. I need to look at all of these, because... man, there's so many. Flanking damage multiplier is reduced by 15%. Nah, I don't want to be flanked, thank you. Sneak attack. Ooh, okay. Sharpshooter, that's something for us, isn't it? Is it? Well, actually, you could go there. Increases the minimum hit chance on ranged attacks by 10%. Sounds good. Let's go with that. You can actually save your skill points, as far as I'm led to believe, so it's not a big deal if we didn't go that route. But let's see. Born to Eskil and Astrid in the year 769, so the 8th century. Julian, that's the Julian calendar, which is the one that came before the one we have right now. With bright blue eyes and hair the color of blood, you've grown to be a graceful, keen, and wise man, but weak of arm. You are known amongst your clansmen as a skillful hunter and self-sufficient outdoorsman who can take down any man at 100 paces. That sounds good. That sounds like, I think, yeah, and if I'm respected, then it's gonna be good. Also, by the way, the Julian calendar, so basically this means that this takes place in our calendar, 32 years, I think it is 32 years, basically ahead, no, before, ahead. So we're talking 791, unless I'm really mistaken. I need to check that up. But yeah, there's a desyncing of the calendars. They skipped a few years because of basically the birth of Christ. I don't know the name of our calendar. I should, because I work with that sort of stuff. But anyway, let's go. I'm satisfied. I'm very satisfied. Don't you see him?
Your father was a great warrior and a good husband, but he was not a strong chieftain to his clan. As he travels to join his brothers in the halls of Valhalla, you must take his place. Our clan is beset by petty squabbles. Some amongst our people would contest your claim to leadership, as they saw discord our neighbors plot against us. Gather your most trusted clansmen. Together you will face dangers which none can predict. You will be challenged on your leadership, your resolve, your wisdom. Build a ship and take your housecarls across the sea. Power and strength for our clan must be sought outside the Norselands. If you show yourself to be bold, the gods will follow you into battle. Your legacy will live for 1,000 years beyond your time. Our clan must prevail.
And it shall. It shall! I'm actually a big fan of Viking stuff. Played on channel the Banner Saga, and I've been watching, well, I've watched the first season of, and the second season as well, of Vikings, which is a fantastic series, by the way. If you haven't checked it out, yeah, I definitely recommend you do. It's it actually follows the story of I think a legendary character, so it's a fairly common story. When I saw the build a ship and seek our fortune elsewhere, well, maybe that's gonna be our destiny. Are we gonna follow that path here in this game as well? Anyway, it is the evening after your father's funeral. When you close your eyes, the image of his blazing ship shimmers in the dark behind your eyelids. It's not a common ritual this far south, but your mother Astrid, who hails from the land of the Geats, insisted on it. All of the Thegn's of the neighboring clans have come to attend your feast in his honor. Your father may not have been the most successful Thegn, but as a warrior, he commanded the respect of many. The guests are filing into your longhouse. The Thegns enter first, each trailing a modest group of warriors. Your mother leans in to whisper a few words of advice before she takes her seat. You should greet each of the Thegns before the feast begins, but listen well to their words. Few of them would benefit from making this a smooth transition. It would be important to know where they stand. Okay, so I need 2 characters with golden nameplates have dialogue. Oh, that's right, really nice. So Rurik, who's this Rurik dude? That's that guy over there. Exploration, the icon over your chair. Huh, here's the quest marker. Oh, I have a chair? Oh, right there. Yeah, you can turn this off in the game settings for a more independent play experience. I like that. We'll see if those are very intrusive. Taking the other... Can I move the... Yes, I can. Talking to the other Thegns is not mandatory, marked by the silver quest markers, which indicate optional objectives. When you want to move on, you just take a seat by clicking on your chair. Okay, so that seems fairly reasonable. Can I rotate the camera? Yes, I can, which is good. Really nice. So let's go. Let's look at these. Can I rotate with the Q and E? Yes, fantastic, fantastic. So let's see if I can talk to these guys. They are eating. What are they eating? My food. That's what they. Skull Cleaver. Let's get a grip of this guy. Skull Cleaver is the Thegn of I think I'm mispronouncing it, of Yelling, which borders your area. Yelling is a large territory, and Skull is one of the most powerful Thegns in Jutland. Yelling has prospered under his rule. Skull pushes himself away from the table with his foot, the chair making a grinding sound across the wooden floor. His face shows earnest sympathy. Signor, my boy, so sorry about your father. If there's anything the people of Yelling can do to aid you in these trying times, don't hesitate to ask. Well, that's very kind of you, then, Skule. Of course, we must all stand together against a Frankish threat. The Skule leans towards you, resting his elbow on the table. Tell me, what are your plans for this place? How will you lead your clan? Okay, so do I trust this guy? I want an end for my character. I want something to happen to my character. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but basically I'm gonna try and make allies out of my gravest enemies. So one thing that's gonna define my character is being very trusting, and only those that openly oppose him, or that he has reason to distrust, of course. Only those that openly distrust him will be, well, treated as enemies. But even then, I'm gonna try and get them to my side. So, well, the logical end for a character such as that is probably gonna be being killed by his own men. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's trust this guy. We need a new ship, first of all. The subtle smirk twitches under Scully's thick beard. Of course, you wouldn't want to renege, to deny on your clan's duties to King Sigurdur. Just take care not to give in to the calling of the sea like your father did. He lets out a deep sigh and leans back into his seat. I'm sure you know I fought with your father many years ago. We were very much of a similar inclination, he and I. That man had a real taste for battle, not like his brothers. Mark my words, Thegn. True bonds are forged in battle, not bond in blood. He came to me for advice before he mounted his last journey, on account of my ties to Kopang. I should have warned him better about what he was getting himself into. What does Kopang have to do with it? That's interesting. Yeah. Vikings out of Kopang have been to the Isles across the sea. I've heard many stories about it, since I often go there to trade. Your father wanted to hear if the stories were true. But I've taken too much of your time already. I know you have other guests to entertain. Perhaps we'll talk later, after a bit more mead. Scully nods more to himself than to you, and turns his attention to the food on the table. Okay. Did the game zoom out, or did I zoom out myself? I'm trying to... Oh, alt. There we go. So I can look at this. A rabbit stew bubbles over the fire pit, spreading a delicious smell throughout the long house. Well, as long as it doesn't have the bone, because I don't really like rabbit because it's very bony. It's a very bony meat. So what's this guy? Halfdanr. Oh, Halfdanr is the Thegn of a slightly larger clan that borders your lands to the east. He wears a solemn expression and nods heavily when you approach him. Eskil is in Valhall now, Thegn. There is no doubt about it. He died doing what he loved. But while he feasts among the heroes, you're left back here to snort out the pieces. You've got your work cut out for you. What do you mean? Your father managed to make quite a few enemies in his time, most of them among his own clan. If you'll permit me to be honest, he never paid one speck of attention to the wishes of or needs of his people. Surely you're not expecting your claim to leadership to go uncontested? Well, I am the rightful Thegn. If anyone thinks otherwise, we'll sort it out the traditional way. Good. Worse problems than this have been solved at the tip of a spear or the edge of a blade. May the gods favor you, if it comes to that. Halfdanr empties his mug of mead in a single gulp, then slams the mug onto the table and calls to a thrall for a refill. Okay. So yeah, there's just a bunch of people around here. I think the game does zoom out when we talk, unless I really was confused. Hello. Let's see. Yeah, he does. Your elder brother, Rurik, always had a penchant for music. He looks up and gives you a warm smile as you approach. Oh, got Gveld, brother. Rurik grins. I mean, my honored Thegn. How do you feel? It's interesting that we have a brother, because that's very much kind of the setup from Vikings as well, from the series, and I suppose from the traditional history of Lorag. I don't remember his name though. I'm fine, Rurik. How about yourself? Rurik shrugs. You can barely hear his soft voice over the din of the feast. I'm certain father is feasting with Odin now. The old man will surely be more at home in Valhall than he ever was here. How has everyone been treating you? Everyone knows you are the better warrior and a stronger-willed man than I. Nobody wants me as their Thegn. To tell you the truth, I think our clansmen are almost as relieved as I am that you took on the mantle. Well, I have to go and be a good host. I'll talk to you later. Your brother flashes you a cheeky grin. Well, just use the old signal if you need help to get out of a conversation with one of those Thegns. Nah, I should handle it myself. Conversation is really what I do. Let's have a chat with Asleifr. Is that a woman? I don't know. I doubt it, because Thegns and all that. Asleifr is a distant cousin. Leadership of the clan has moved between your side of the family and his for generations. He is known as a skilled warrior and a hard worker. Asleif sits with his two closest friends.
Our condolences on the passing of your father. At least he died the way he would have wanted. You will be feasting with the gods tonight.
There's no need for pretense. You never respected my father. I will not ask that you begin now. It's no secret that I didn't agree with how Askill ruled our clan. Bearing this in mind, I don't see what gives you the right to succeed him. But this feast is in his honor, and I will not insult his memory here, nor will I challenge your claim to leadership. You believe you would be more suited to lead us? I do, he says, leaning forward and looking directly into my eyes. Because my father failed you. It is not our way to let rulership simply pass from father to son. If we are to become a strong clan again, we must appoint the best warrior as Thegn. You are not the strongest of us, merely the less weak of your father's children. If you believe the gods favor you in this, I hope you get the chance to prove it, but I will not simply wait for you to falter and bring the whole clan to ruin. Well, I respect this guy, but you are wrong. I hope you will give me a chance to prove it. Aslafer simply nods once and then returns his attention to his companions. Okay, sounds like a plan. Where's Ellinger something or other? Good question. I haven't seen them all day, says that other guy. That doesn't bode well for them to not attend their Then's funeral. I agree. I wonder what their game is, says the other guy. Okay, I wish I could caught to the name of that, but the number of the guys, but let's have a chat with this guy over here and see who he is.
Entertaining your guests?
Ketiel is standing off to a side holding a horn full of mead. The young hunter appears to be watching the feast with a faintly amused expression, and he nods respectfully when you come near. Well, as busy as you'd expect. Why are you over here by yourself? Trying to decide who to pick a fight with. I want this feast to be memorable, and nobody tells stories of a feast without a fight. Jokes aside, have you seen Skule's whole Huskarls over there in the corner? Rungerda and Skaki. I've heard stories about them. Can I? Yeah, I can scroll up. Who are Huskarls? I suppose I know what they are. Maybe. Nephew seems to be expecting trouble too, so I've decided to go easy on the mead and keep an eye out. Well, I appreciate that. It never hurts to be careful. Speaking of which, keep an eye on the big lug back there. He and his friends have been putting their heads together all night. I think he might be planning something. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on him. Leave the watch to me. This is your feast. You should relax and enjoy yourself. I'll alert you if anything happens. Okay, just don't get yourself into trouble, okay? Who's this guy, actually? Can I... Can I... Oh, I can't click that. Anyway, doesn't matter. I was looking for stuff where it showed me the previous dialogue, but maybe down here? Quest log, maybe. Nah, doubt it. I do all the icons. I'm just looking at them. They're so... This one is so cool. Oh, their skills. The screen shows your primary staffs. Yeah, stats. All these stats are derived from your primary... Oh, yeah, I know how it works. Well, I know the gist. Skills, use these buttons to switch between the 5 different categories of skills. Thank you very much. That's pretty simple. Let's mess with that later. Ragnhildur the White is the most influential of your guests. As the vassal of King Sigurd Heringer, she is the current ruler of Denmark. She has come from the trade hub of Ribe to the south, where she presides as Jarl. She nods politely as you approach your seat. It was a beautiful ceremony, Sigthorn. I extend my condolences for your loss on behalf of Ribe and of the king. I must tell you, I advised him not to seek out the isles across the sea. We've all heard the stories of the unprotected coasts and their treasures, but there is more danger than the rumors let on. I'm not surprised they claimed his life, but I am glad at least he died with a sword in his hand. Okay, so now I'm noticing there's different icons for this. I like that. Let's go with this one. Let's try to sync up and see what happens. Thank you for accepting the invitation, Ranghilder. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name. We are honored that you could make it. Of course, your father's sword will be missed in the struggles against the Franks. Did you know Askill well? I knew him as a warrior. We fought together on the Bravelator, and he struck me as a shrewd tactician. When your king needs you, I hope that you will serve him as well as your father did. Well, I see no reason why I should say this line down here, but yeah, I will serve. You have my word. I'm glad to hear it. Our king will not forget those who aid him in battle. And also you will learn soon enough, or maybe you will learn soon enough, that my word means nothing. because I'm shrewd, and I'm gonna be killed by my own friends, not by you, because maybe, I don't know, we'll see. If you'll excuse me, I must do the rounds. Enjoy the feast. The old shield maiden smiles. She gracefully slides back down into her seat, whereupon she spears a large piece of chicken with her knife and dumps it on her plate. Okay, so she's enjoying herself. Good. There's also Neffy over here. We have heard of her, of course. And also, she is a Jarl? I didn't know that there were Jarl women. Huh. Interesting. Okay, pretty cool. Neffia. Ulur. Oh man, that's a name.
There you are. The feast seems to be off to a good start.
Neffia is one of your oldest friends. Your families have always been close, and you grew up together in the village. She's just finished pouring your mother a mug of mead. It's nice to see you out of your armor for once. Is she a shield maiden, I suppose? Neffia snorts sarcastically. Yeah, I've seen my sister in this dress before, she says. Surely that's the same thing? She closes her eyes and rubs the bridge of her nose with a finger. Gods, she was so excited to see me like this. I'll never hear the end of it. Where is her? Where's the Aphura? A sardonic undertone creeps into Neffia's voice. My poor sister has a fever again. She has such a frail constitution. All this wet cold is hard on her. Mother stayed home to care for her. Okay, well, what do you think of our guests? She chuckles. Your fellow Thanes are certainly a proud and graceful bunch, even as they plot to murder you and take our lands. You think that poorly of them? Oh, I'm sure not all of them are actively planning to kill us. I have a weird feeling about Skule, though. I doubt they call him Skullcleaver for no reason. Well, wouldn't that be good to have a Skullcleaver on our side? And half-downer, she says, plays the lovable old grump, but I know he's had his eyes on our arbor for years. Yeah, I figured as well. Ragnhildur, I'm not sure about. She probably has nothing to gain from destroying us, but she's little more than Sigurd Hringer's appendage, and who knows where he stands. Okay, well, let's talk later, I guess. I have to go be a good host. Good luck, and watch your back. Okay. Now our plan is to take a seat over there, but that's gonna be that for this episode because we are out of time. I hope you guys enjoyed it for this first episode. Of course, this was just an introduction. This was just us knowing exactly who we're gonna have to deal with, and also introducing, I should say, my character because I am excited to play him. He's gonna be reckless though, so I am really excited to see what manner of terrible things he's gonna get himself into. But for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Expeditions Viking. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I play a lot of RPGs and other games as well, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.